What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him Six Times YouTube Horror Movie Channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you haven't done so already, please shoot this stream a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you happen to be a new viewer coming across this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. Well, everyone, sorry if you're here, if you've been waiting for a little bit. Me and Jamie were having a really interesting conversation in the back for a little bit, but we are going to be doing Twin Peaks episodes 2 and 3 of the first season. This is as we did the pilot episode a few weeks ago. We took a little bit of a hiatus of it, due to some circumstances and stuff, but we're back here now. And if you have not watched Twin Peaks at all, this is definitely a show that you want to get onto because it is so good. Listen, if you like horror elements, if you like action, if you like drama, if you like basically everything balled up into one, this is the show you want to watch. It is so well done, and it's just so different from any other show that you got in the early 90s. And I think if a lot of you really buckle up, watch these with us, and pay attention to it, I definitely think you guys will become enamored with this. I want to say it was a franchise, but what would you call it, Jamie? You will become enamored with this regardless to what, if you like a little bit of everything.
I call it a series.
There we go.
It's a television series.
Right.
And even the season 3 actually isn't really called season 3. It's actually called Twin Peaks: The Return. And they had it as a limited event series on Showtime, so they kind of called it a series,
right?
So yeah,
right. Well, be that as it may, this is definitely a series you guys want to get hip to. I know Jamie was talking about it for the longest time, and I finally bit the fucking bullet, and I watched it, and I binged watched it. I binge watched damn near the entire season in one night. Like, I killed it in one shot because I became so fascinated with the story and the characters. And that's what I think a lot of you guys are going to like too. The character work. The character work in this series is fantastic, especially with Agent Dale Cooper. Like, his personality is just, he's the fucking man. I can't say enough about him. Like, I love that character. Like, he's awesome. Yeah. So, guys, I hope a lot of you that are tuning in, I hope you guys are ready to take this journey with us because it's definitely an interesting journey that you guys are going to, find out about along the way, like I had to. Like, it's interesting. It's weird. It's funny. It's weird. It's intense. It has action. It has drama. It's so much, in a way, like a parody of what soap operas are, but just edgier. It's edgier. It has its own edge to it. And the weirdness of it, like the supernaturalness of it, it's funky and weird, but it's cool at the same time. Right. Like, it's really even hard to explain. You guys are just going to have to watch this shit play out. Like, it's just, David Lynch did his thing. Like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking about when he decided to do this, but whatever he was thinking about, it was a good thought.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna real quick hit play on mine because I have to get through the Log Lady intro first.
Okay. What's up, Val? Hope you're having a great night. If you're gonna stick around, Val, let me know. And I'll let you know when we press play and all that stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, Val, and anybody else, you can find Twin Peaks on Showtime.
Yep.
Yeah, you should be able to find it on Showtime.
This one doesn't have the Log Lady intro like the pilot did for some reason, so it's starting out on the bird.
Okay, cool.
So you just let me know when you're ready, and we can hit play and go for it.
Let me make sure my volume and everything is down. And for everybody in the chat and anybody who comes across the stream viewing, if you end up wanting a timestamp, just let me know. We are on episode 2, Traces to Nowhere. All right, make sure everything's suave. Make sure everything's good. Boom, volume's down, subtitles on. Oh, you know what? This would be smart. All right. All right, we're going to do a 5-second countdown.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
I love the intro to this show. I really do. The music, every single time it would come on when I was a kid, that music would just grip me every single time. I'd be like, Twin Peaks is on, no more homework.
Right.
I used to do a lot of my math and history homework while watching this show.
I like the whole like mountain view and just that small town country feel to it that it has. But that intro song, at least in my opinion, kind of has like an atmospheric sound to it.
Yes.
Like it's definitely interesting. It kind of sounds like it's innocent. Like the show you're about to watch is an innocent show, but it is so far from innocent. Like
right.
So far from it.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because it's got such feeling to it and such atmosphere to it, and it draws you in and makes you curious about what you're about to see.
Right. Well, I know the next time I go to a convention and Ray Weiss and Sheryl Lee is there, I will be paying them a visit.
Absolutely. I mean, they're on my bucket list, you know. I've never got to meet them. I want to.
Well, see, that's the thing, Jamie, is that we still got some time left for that guest list to fill out at Scarefest, and apparently they didn't even get all the big guests yet. So
I know.
Never know. They could end up showing up.
More.
I would say Ray Weiss. He's pretty avid at these horror conventions. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's been at least at 3 of them that I've like out of. Okay, I went to Horror Hound, Jersey, Maryland, Texas. So he's been at least at 3 of the 4 I've went to.
You went to Texas Frightmare?
Hell yeah!
Oh man, we're jealous.
Oh, you didn't? I'm about to say you didn't see the pictures of me and Destin.
No, I did. I just didn't. I didn't realize where you guys were.
Oh
That is so cool.
Yeah, I went up to Texas. Yeah, it's not. It was nice. It was cool.
Oh, do you see Cooper's hanging upside down?
Yep.
It's so funny. I love it. And of course, he's talking to Diane.
Yeah, talking to Diane. No lumps like that time I told you about down in El Paso.
Yeah.
I just like how he's just so detailed about literally fucking everything.
Yeah. And he shoves it in his pants. That's just hilarious. Oh, when Cameron made his fan film, he got an exact replica of that tape recorder.
Nice.
Yeah, it's perfect. It fits in really well. And the guy he got to play Cooper was so good. I forgot I was watching somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who really pulled the trigger on JFK?
Yeah, no. That's why in the book house, his favorite book is The Assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Yep.
Excuse me. This is a damn fine cup of coffee. I like how they have Audrey wearing this gray sweater with like a tree motif on it.
Right.
They tend to put her in a lot of like tree motifs and stuff like that. If you don't notice.
Oh yeah. It makes absolutely no sense how they subsequently had him have a relationship with Annie, but they wouldn't with her. Like it should have that should have been her.
Agreed. I liked their chemistry.
Yes, their chemistry was way better, in my opinion.
Right. But apparently Laura Flynn Boyle didn't like their chemistry. So,
yeah. You know. She ruined what could have been a great thing.
She did.
And in all honesty, like out of all them, like all the high school kids or whatever, Audrey's the best character.
She is. She's one of my favorites in this TV show.
What's her name? What's his name? Bobby.
Oh, I love Bobby. I want to meet Dana Ashbrook so bad.
Bobby's that dude. Yeah. Bobby's awesome.
He is. You ever seen that movie Waxwork with him in it? It's so good. I love that movie.
No.
You got to see this.
Okay.
You have to see Waxwork. It's so good. It's got
what is it, like a comedy? What?
No, it's a horror movie.
Really?
But it's got horror comedy, sort of.
Okay. I can see that. I can see him being in a horror comedy.
It's still really super dark, and some of the things that happen in it are really super dark. It's got Deborah Foreman in it, you know, from April Fool's Day.
Okay.
And it's really good. It's also got what is that guy's name? David something from Titanic. He's the guy that he was on the boat. He was the cop guy walking around with.
I forget. I haven't seen Titanic in mad long.
Oh my God, dude. I've seen it so many times. It's pathetic. Seriously. It's one of the few things I have left on VHS.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to like me for saying this, but I can't get into Titanic.
I understand it's not for everybody, but for me, I went and I saw it at the theater, and there were so many people crying around me. I was crying.
I can imagine.
On a big screen, that shit was messed up.
Well, yeah, that when the boat goes down, that was fucked up. Like
it was.
That was sad.
It blew my mind. James Cameron blows my mind.
Oh yeah, him and Spielberg.
Mm-hmm. They have such vision. It's amazing.
Yep.
This reminds me of the Alan Wake game because there's a room that they're in, and the Alan Wake is talking to the doctor, and it's this room. Oh. It is literally this room. There's so much Twin Peaks in Alan Wake. It's crazy. And as soon as I can get my stuff fixed up, then I'll be playing that on my channel. So
nice.
But I found out the other day when I was trying to play Until Dawn that my microphone on my Beats doesn't work. Now I know why I got them on sale for $120. You know, I it's so bad, but I cannot help but love Leo. I
know, right?
I can't help it. I just love him, even though he's a bad guy. There's something like really likable. Maybe it's his situation that he gets himself into that makes me like him, and it's sympathy or something, but still, there's something likable about him. I always thought this was so weird that she has a washing machine outside.
Right.
Here in the snow belt, we don't have anything outside. Ugh. Anybody pinches my face like that, they're going to get slapped.
I will say this. I don't like the direction of Bobby and her in 3.
Yeah.
I didn't like it one damn bit.
I didn't either. And I got to tell you, nobody did. Nobody did. But I think there is a reason for it. And when we get there, I'll talk about that. But I don't want to talk about that too soon because, you know, I don't want to give anything away to anybody who hasn't, you know, watched any of it yet and is trying to keep up with us.
Right.
But there is, I feel like, a reason why things went down between them the way they did.
Right. Hey, what's going on, Tyreek Daniel? Saying Bathroom Trap is back in Saw X 2023 movie. Yes, sir. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. See how it links in with this new game.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Oh, I wanted to show you my Twin Peaks shirt today. It says Twin Peaks, and then it says Ghostwood National Forest underneath.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That shit is tight. I like that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Twin Peaks shirts. I've been collecting them for about 5 or 6 years now. Oh my God, my son is doing some kind of weird grunting at his game in the other room, so I hope you can't hear it.
Oh, no, you're good. I don't hear anything.
He must be getting mad or something because I can hear him in there going, "Ugh." It's weird.
Tyreek Daniels saying Zep Hindle is back in Saw X 2023 movie. I will comment real quick, and then I'm not going to comment on any more Saw stuff. I'm not trying to be rude, but we're watching Twin Peaks tonight. But I don't know if that's just going to be a dead body of him in the bathroom, or if they're going to show a flashback scene of him. The reason why I don't believe it's actually going to be him making a return is because when you look in the trailer and you see John putting together his trap, you see the date and it says 11/7, and that means that is November 7th. The bathroom trap game happened in October, meaning Zep would already be dead.
Right.
Fucking Mike and Bobby.
I know. And I really like Mike. I do.
I do too.
Especially further on in the season, like season 2. It just cracks me up. God, that's a young Hawk.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I know. And the crazy thing is he still looks the same. He just got old.
Right.
That's it. He just got old. That's it. He looks literally the same.
Right. He does. I know that Hawk goes a lot of the screenings, a lot of times they'll be showing the show in some theater, or they'll show Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me in the theater, and Hawk will be there for signings and stuff. It's cool.
Nice.
And Ray Wise does that a lot too.
That's what's up.
That line she says there about having the most beautiful dream. They played that a lot on TV in the ad spots. It was like it became like iconic. It's an iconic line from the show.
All right, Tyreek, do me a favor, bud. Stop spamming the chat with Saw stuff, or we're going to have to remove you. I don't want to do that, but you're spamming the chat right now with Saw stuff, and I can't have that, especially when we're not talking about Saw at the moment.
I love the relationship between Cooper and Sheriff Truman. I just love it.
Sorry, real quick. I had to handle something.
No, I saw what was happening there. It's probably a bot because it was the same sentence over and over again with different names. Yeah. So it seemed like a bot.
I love her.
That's the first time I've noticed that she says it sounds like wind blowing through the trees on the phone.
Right.
Wow. I just love Everett McGill. He's just so awesome. Everything he does, I'm like, that guy's cool.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I love Everett McGill. He's
hell yeah.
really awesome.
Yes. Very underrated.
And it was really weird to see him being a good guy in this show because I was used to him being like a werewolf or a bad guy, you know?
Yes. It shows his versatility.
It does. Another great thing about this show is that the characters are like so realistic. They have you totally convinced that they're real and they live there, and you know, the acting is incredible. Oh boy, here's Nadine with her silent drape idea.
That's cool that they're both in this film, and then they went on to basically be together in People Under the Stairs.
I love that.
I love that scene in there when the dog keeps barking, and Everett opens the door and is like, "Shut the fuck up!"
It has been a long time since I saw The People Under the Stairs. I think it's time for a rewatch of that one.
Yes, that's an underrated classic. I love that movie.
Me too. I saw that in the theater.
I know Jordan Peele's supposed to be doing the remake, so it's interesting to see what he's going to do with it.
They're doing a remake?
Yep, apparently Jordan Peele is doing it.
All right, I'm going to give Jordan Peele some trust here because I really, really like Get Out.
That's why I thought of that when I heard about it, and I said, okay, so we'll see what he's going to do with People Under the Stairs.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say I think he might do a good job with that.
I think so too. He might.
For once, they might be picking a worthy movie to be remade. So
right, it's the truth. What's up, Blucka?
Hey, Blucka.
Blucka saying Twin Peaks, the horror or the adult movie? Mwah. Just kidding. Forgive me. I got dirty mind tonight. You're good, man.
I didn't even know there was a dirty movie called Twin Peaks. That says a lot about you, Blucka.
I like how Cooper warns them. They both just look at each other like, fuck, man, there goes our plan.
Yep. Pete cleaning a fish.
Yep. Blucka, you caught me red-handed. That's funny.
Red-handed? Oh my gosh. Is that a pun for right red hand? That's funny.
Probably.
Oh, I love this part.
I mean, in so many ways, I just noticed Cooper is kind of wearing a Loomis-esque coat.
Yeah, he does. He wears that brown coat throughout all of season 1 and 2. Well, except for when he's going camping and whittling.
Right.
And then he wears that flannel shirt.
He is fucking guy. Black as midnight on a moonless night. Yes, stop.
Oh, dude, I should have wore that shirt today. Darn it. I have a shirt that actually says that. Black as moonlight on a moonless night, or midnight on a moonless night. Blah, I can't talk now.
Oh man, that's good stuff. I might need to get that shirt.
It's cool. It's like it's a white shirt and it's got a black hand on it, and then each finger has some different writing, and there's a coffee cup in there, and
nice.
It's real cool. I'll show it to you guys next time. I'll wear it next time.
Oh shit. Damn, I made a mistake.
What?
Holy shit. All right, I'm going to have to go back and do this.
Oh,
you saw what I did, didn't you? Yeah. You saw what I did.
Oh, Black, we love you. It's an accident. I swear.
It is. He's probably like, what the fuck just happened? I got to go back in here and fix this.
He's probably like, uh-oh, I shouldn't have made that like red right hand joke.
Oh, no, he's definitely good. That was all me.
No, I know. Fellas, don't drink the coffee. I just want to know, how is there a fish in the percolator? It just makes no sense.
Right, exactly.
I don't get it, but I don't care either. It's funny.
Okay.
Catherine and Ben shacking up.
Okay, I took care of that problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Pete smelling the coffee maker. So funny.
Blanca, if you come back in, buddy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I took care of it, though. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I think you know what I was aiming for, Blanca, who I was aiming for. But yeah, I apologize. I realized what I did. I'm just like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, it happens though. It's so it's easy to make that mistake.
Right, Blanca says it's okay. You're not the first. Well, I'm glad I'm not the first.
That's funny.
See, that's another thing too, is that it had such a great cast. I mean, you got Piper Laurie in here.
I know, and she's so good. I mean, I hate Catherine, but I like Catherine too. It's so weird. I feel that way about almost every character.
Right.
Did you hear anything? Are you hearing anything through here? My son is in there yelling freedom. I don't know what's going
on. Oh, you're good.
I don't know what's going on.
That's funny as hell.
I can't imagine.
My son is in there yelling freedom. Nice.
I don't know what's going on in there, but it's got to be wild.
Blucka says when the Lethal Collective was first starting to build their communities and were banning that troll everyone hated a year or two ago, always invisibilized me, not realizing they missed him. Holy shit. Oh, man, that's crazy.
Wow.
I bet they kept wondering too, like, how does it keep coming back? The other person, right? Not knowing that they didn't get him.
Right. That's funny. Grace Zabriskie is awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
She's in that game, The Quarry, and I absolutely love. I have only gotten through like the first like quarter of the game, but it's so good, and she's so scary. I love it.
She played in a lot of films, like in 70s and 80s and stuff.
Yeah, she's been in Wild at Heart and Inland Empire and Twin
The Burning
Peaks.
Bed.
The Burning Bed.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Blucka. I know who you were talking about. When I was bringing you back in, I had to make sure I didn't let him back out.
I don't remember, who is this person?
Devontae.
Oh, yes, I sort of do remember that.
Yeah. He had about like 10 accounts. I got like 10 of them blocked here on my channel. And they were all under different names, but you knew it was him because he would basically tell you it's him because of the stuff he would say.
Yeah, that's how Al is too. My fun little stalker.
Blucka says, wasn't Jordan Peele's next movie supposed to be a family Christmas horror? I have no idea. All I know is that he is supposed to be working on People Under the Stairs. Yeah, that's right, Blucka. He says, oh, yeah, Devontae, what a guy. Yeah.
There goes the one-armed man.
Yep.
Dang, Hawk was hot. He was hot.
Oh my goodness.
He is, though.
I don't. Wait a minute. Hold on. Blucka saying, did you like that version of Twin Peaks that had the Tom Hiddleston guy who plays Loki in Marvel? Or am I thinking of a different movie? Yeah, this is a TV series, Blucka. They have a couple movies like Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me and Twin Peaks The Missing Pieces, but you have to watch the first 2 seasons of the TV series first before you get to the movies, and then watch the third season last.
He's thinking of Crimson Peak.
Oh. Crimson Peak. Holy shit.
The Guillermo del Toro movie.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't it have Gene Hackman?
I don't think so, because it was recent and he's been retired for a long time. Crimson Peak came out. It had Mia Wasikowska, you know, the girl that plays Alice in the new Alice in Wonderland movies, and Tom Hiddleston. And
that was a 2000. Yeah, that was a 2015 film.
Yeah,
I never saw it. Oh, it's got Charlie Hunnam in it as well. Okay, Jessica Chastain. So they got a good cast.
It's well worth watching.
Horror romance. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It is horror and there is a romantic aspect, but it's Guillermo del Toro, and you know how he loves to put all that atmosphere. It's mostly just big time atmosphere, scary atmosphere.
Yeah, that's right, Blucka. Yeah, he's in there. Charlie Hunnam.
He's yelling at her about that whole thing with the Norwegians.
Yep. Bad.
Oh, I love this part. I just love how like straightforward he speaks. I know, and he's such a good dad.
Yeah, he is.
But Bobby never really appreciates it until he's older.
I just love how he talks to him like he's like going through a military monologue.
Right. Yep. I love that.
Slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, it lands into mom's meatloaf, you know? Yep. I'm like, what about my meatloaf, man?
Right?
Now,
hey, what's up? What's up, Kyle? Flex Movies and Pop Culture 13. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a great night.
Hey, Kyle. Now, Bobby's mom is, I can't remember her name. It always slips my mind, but she's Diane Ladd's sister. I think she might be, she might be Laura Dern's aunt. She's either her aunt or her mom. I can't remember which, but she's also the woman that was in Eraserhead as the girl who gets pregnant and has the baby.
Blucka Like I said, anytime I hear Meatloaf, I'm just reminding of Wedding Crashers. Will Ferrell screaming, "Mom, Meatloaf!" I never know what she's doing back there.
Ma, Meatloaf. I love it.
That's another movie. It's been a while. I haven't seen Wedding Crashers.
It's one of the funniest movies ever made.
Oh no doubt. I got to catch up with it again.
Oh, our little friend is back.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I love this part too.
Yep.
One day my log will have something to say about this.
Yep. Ask it.
Then she goes, I thought so. I love that.
I like how dead serious she is about it too.
I know, it's so funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I got to rewatch that movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah. This kind of stuff was like really risque to be on TV back in 1990.
Yeah, that's fucked up right here.
It is.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a good series, man. It's good for sure, man. I enjoy it.
I mean, there's a reason why it's stuck with me for all these years. It's not, I mean, I've watched many shows over my lifetime and none of them has stuck with me the way this one does.
Oh, we're mad happy.
I'm just grossed out by James though. I really am. He is like so the kind of guy that I just never wanted to date.
Oh.
Yeah. Those quiet types, I just am like, you're too quiet for me. I gotta go. Bye.
I like how Mike was like, first your girlfriend, now mine.
Yeah.
Oh man, this right here.
I know, Jacoby.
Yeah, he's such a creep.
Yeah, and who would have thought that at the beginning? You never figure that out until later on. But a lot of the men in town seem to be obsessed with Laura, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That's what it is. Yeah, Breaking Bad was a great show, and Son of Anarchy wasn't a bad show neither.
Breaking Bad is another one that sticks with me. So many things about that show I can't get out of my head.
All right, that's the end of episode 2.
That's a good episode.
It is. What I like about it is that you're basically just finding out everything still. Mm-hmm. Like, everything's going along smoothly, but you're starting to unravel the pieces, especially from certain characters.
Right. And you're starting to get to know the characters in the town just a little bit more.
Right. Absolutely. Ready for episode 3?
I am. Let me just get through this, and so that goes back to the menu.
Okay. And episode 3 is called Zen, or the Skill to Catch a Killer.
Right. Okay. No, this. Okay.
Oh, just let me know whenever you're ready, Jamie. Take your time.
I got it. It's all ready to go.
All right. We'll do a countdown for anybody in the chat who is watching. So, guys, real quick, if you guys end up going to Showtime and clicking on Twin Peaks Season 1, we're on episode 3, about to start it. And if you end up being a little bit behind, just let me know and I'll give you a timestamp. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Yes, Blecka. It's based on and inspired by a murder that happened in the 1800s, a murder of a girl named Hazel Drew in the state of New York. And she was a blonde girl who the entire town thought was special, you know. And when she gets killed and they find her body on the side of a river, they found out that she had this crazy double life. And we're talking about the 1800s, you know, that's pretty crazy.
Wow. I don't think you ever even explained that to me before. So this is news to me. Holy shit.
Yeah. Her name was Hazel Drew. And if you want to find out about it, you can look it up because it's very interesting. It's a really interesting story. And there was another inspiration too, but I can't think of what that one was. Oh, I'm sorry. Marilyn Monroe. Because this entire thing started because Mark Frost and David Lynch got together and they were going to make a Marilyn Monroe biopic.
Okay.
And as things progressed, they ended up changing the idea from being a Marilyn Monroe idea to this, because I can't remember why, but they couldn't get the rights or something like that. So they ended up taking some of the ideas from that and putting it into the show, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to think Marilyn Monroe, you know, and that whole, you know, her whole tragedy and everything, that was an inspiration for a lot of like murder mystery.
Yeah. I think her life has inspired a lot of people.
Right. Oh, no, you're definitely right about that for sure.
She was actually a very, very smart, intelligent woman.
Absolutely. If you just listen to how she talked, you could tell that she was educated.
Yeah. So her characters that she always played, you know, were these blonde, bimbo-y, you know,
well, that's how they
types.
portray her out to be, because that's their way of fucking slandering her.
Right. Oh, this is the introduction to Jerry, and I love this. Bringing him a baguette brie sandwich. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm by myself now, guys. I'm taking over the channel. You know, that's what's happening. I hope he comes back. Oh, did you just watch the Meg 2, Blucka? Yeah. I haven't seen even the Meg 1, but I know a lot of people like it. And I like Jason Statham. Uh-oh, I hope Marcus comes back. There he is.
My apologies, I'm back.
That's okay. I told everybody I was taking over your show.
That's fine. I appreciate the backup.
To be honest, brie and butter does not sound good together at all. I don't think that sounds good at all.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
I just feel like it's a special type of butter bread, and they're just like going crazy over something that's like so simple.
It's French bread. It's a baguette.
Yeah. But is there like any difference in flavor than like a regular piece of bread?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think that French bread has a little bit of a sweeter taste, and it definitely has a different kind of crust.
Okay.
But brie and butter? Oh, no.
Yeah.
There we got the first mention of One-Eyed Jacks.
Yeah. I want one of those chips or one of those key cards.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I want one of those.
Showtime sells them, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check it out. I want one. That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you see the Shining reference there that they just did?
Yes, I do.
I love that.
It's another movie I got to do a watch party on.
A lot of people don't know this, but during the filming of The Shining, Kubrick was having them watch Eraserhead over and over and over again because he wanted the same feeling.
Nice.
Yeah. And then there was when they were making Blue Velvet, Lynch said, let's watch The Shining over and over and over again as like payment back, which I think is funny.
Hell yeah.
Are you hearing weird beeps?
It's my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting lit up on Instagram right now.
I hope it's good stuff.
I think it's either a bunch of Scream news or Scream theories. Some of the fan base likes to send me their thoughts, which I don't mind. It is, it's cool. Ain't that the truth, Blucker? You're not lying. You heard about Blucker says they DM'd him 6 times. That ass serious.
That's funny.
There goes the 7th shot right there.
This part here.
I swore that was fucking Tim Roth. I swore he was Tim Roth at first, a young Tim Roth, because they just favor each other in the face so much.
Yeah. And then also it's weird because Tim Roth is actually in season 3.
Yeah, season 3, yeah.
He does look a lot like Tim Roth, though. I can see how you would make that,
Oh, yeah.
mistake. That part with the girls all coming out and standing there, that was iconic too. That was something that they played in the ads for the show over and over and over again. There's a lot of visuals and stuff that I feel are really iconic.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Fucking Ben.
I know. It's funny. I see it as really icky now. But when I was a kid watching this, it didn't even occur to me that that was icky.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, you don't realize until you get older.
Yeah. And technically, these girls in this club are around my age at the time. Yeah. I was 17 when this show came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how I always saw them as older than me when really they weren't.
And this is what a lot of people forget about, Jamie. About back in those days, that shit was acceptable.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of different things back then that were acceptable that are just not acceptable today.
Hell no. It should have never been acceptable. But
indeed.
I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm rewatching this. Laura's a fucking shade ball.
I know.
Not Laura, fucking Donna's a shade ball.
Yeah.
Donna's a fucking shade ball. Like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like her whole agenda was, if it didn't work out between Laura and James, she was going to try to swoop in regardless.
Probably.
Yeah, like I don't know. She just gives me this little sneaky deviant vibe.
Absolutely. I really prefer Moira Kelly as Donna. I like the Donna from Fire Walk with Me a lot better.
I know you do, but I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't give her enough to work with for me, but she was a bore fest. I give her credit though. Yeah, I give her credit though, because she did have that fucking scene where she put her heart and soul in that scene, and you know what scene I'm talking about.
Yeah, in the
and
pink room.
Did. She fucking put her heart and soul in that scene, and you could tell.
Yeah.
She got into it. That was a great piece of acting. They should have gave her more of that. Like more, they should have took the handcuffs off of that character more in that movie.
Agreed.
Because when you seen her in action, because that's what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more kind of like a pairing of Donna and Laura going down that dark path.
Right.
And they hinted at it. They just didn't go full swing with it, and they should have. Excuse me.
Well, when Ronette, that's not the first time she's been with Ronette, not the last time she's been with Ronette. Her and Ronette, if you read the diary, they had a thing going, kind of.
Who?
Ronette and Laura.
Oh, I know about Ronette and Laura. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with Donna.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Donna. I was just saying that she didn't want Donna to be in that world.
Right, so
she kind of used Ronette as sort of a substitute, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that Donna wouldn't have to do the things she did.
Well, me personally, I felt they should have let Donna do the things she did. It's not even letting her do the things she does, but you should have gave her more of let's go down that path a little bit. You know what I mean? To me, it makes more sense for them to do it, in that way than Ronette, because Donna and Laura have a relationship, like a friendship. You could have played off that, in my opinion. That could have been some dark shit.
It could have been, but I think Lynch wanted to keep Donna as the pure part.
Yeah, and
because
I get that.
She didn't do the drugs or any of that stuff.
Right, so. She didn't do none of that. She didn't do none of it. Well,
so she did that night. Yeah. She needed a counterpart for the other side of her.
Right, you're right.
So that's why they did it that way, I think. And they also made her brunette and sort of looking a little bit like Donna in a way, just because I think that he likes duality, Lynch. Yeah. He really loves it. And on a lot of his works, you see a lot of that stuff.
What's up, Michael Joe? And we're actually watching episode 3 of Twin Peaks. This is a David Lynch series that stars Kyle MacLachlan, Michael Ontkean, Piper Laurie. They have a bunch of people. Cheryl Lee, Laura Flynn Boyle. Yes, they have a bunch of people in this, man. It's basically, if you like action, of course, horror. It has some horror elements. It's more on the supernatural side. But if you like a little bit of everything, drama, action, horror, supernatural, a parody, if you will, on soap operas, like, you know what I mean? They're making fun of how soap operas are to a degree. You know what I mean? Basically all bunched up into one. You will like this. Like, you just got to go along this ride and really pay attention to the story. It also has Ray Weiss in it. So, yeah. If you want a timestamp, Michael Joe, let me know. I'll give you one. And you can also check it out on Showtime. We're on season 1, episode 3 right now. It's a really good show, man. I'm telling you right now, I did not think that I would like this show as much as I do, and I really do. It's fucking great. I think it has a lot of great elements to it, but what I like about it is there's so many stories that are being told at one time, but it's not convoluted all like that, at least in the first 2 seasons, in my opinion. Maybe in 3 it starts to get a little bit that way. You'll start to feel that way, but either way, the consistency is there, in my opinion, and I just think it's really good.
Look at the cinematography in that scene that was just there with the flashlight and stuff.
Right.
I mean, that is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It blows my mind. This show just blows my mind with how gorgeous it really is. I mean, like I said before,
where's my money?
this show
Damn
really
it, I'm
paves the
done,
way.
Bobby. Yeah. I'm like, damn it, I'm done, Bobby.
Yeah.
Like you said, fuck this. I'm tired of this shit.
Did you hear that though? What Leo was saying to Bobby about Shelly stepping out in his own bedroom?
Yeah.
Basically telling Bobby, I know what you're freaking up to.
Right. Yup.
So that had to be scary for Bobby.
Oh, hell yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I just tripped over the silent drapes.
Yup. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh my God, my mom used to have that rowing machine. That is really old style.
Nice. Yeah, definitely give it a watch.
Yeah, see, she's got the super strength right there.
It's got Everett McGill in it. Wendy Roby. If you watch People Under the Stairs, then you know who I'm talking about. They played the brother, sister / husband, wife in that movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, man, they got a great cast. It's a really good cast.
Oh, I totally forgot about this. The rock throwing.
Yeah.
I love this scene. Ah, there's Invitation to Love.
Yeah, right. Poor Shelly.
I know.
It's Big Bad Bobcat. Stop it. Fucking Bobby. It's Big Bad Bobcat.
I know. I love it. Now that's the kind of guy that I would have gone after, you see.
I kind of already figured that.
Yeah. I always like the cocky ones, with confidence. Oh, I hate that he did that to her face.
Okay, yeah, it's not a movie, Michael Joe. It's a 3-season series, but they do have movies for it. Okay, so you're gonna have to watch the first 2 seasons, then you watch Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me, and then Twin Peaks: The Missing Pieces before you watch season 3, so you can understand everything going into season 3. Because season 3, and I will tell you this, season 3 picks up 25 years after season 2. So,
which is amazing. It's amazing.
It is.
It was like my dream come true.
Yes.
I was like,
yes. In so many ways, Lucky. Yes. This is a mystery drama. Yes.
Yes. But there's also comedy.
Yes, they have everything.
Yeah.
But I'm in that doghouse again. It is just like so refreshing to see Everett McGill in this role.
I know.
It just really is, because you would have thought that he had a good guy role in him.
I know.
And he plays like the ultimate good guy, softy, like the gentle giant.
Yes, he's so good. He's such a good actor. Why'd he spit the coffee out? Oh, and hot. That's right. I forgot that. I love when they all lean forward.
Yep.
It's so funny. Oh, what's really funny about this to me though is I have an aunt, her name Aunt Barb, and every single letter that she writes me or card she sends me, she writes "Free Tibet" in it. I swear.
Wait, what did you say?
Every single card or letter that she sends to me, she writes "Free Tibet" in it.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's tight.
She does. It's super funny.
Is it bad that every time I think of, I hear the word Dalai Lama, I think of a story I heard about Steven Seagal?
What?
Yes. Apparently, so Rob Snyder.
Oh, I think I have heard about this. Yeah.
Rob Snyder told this story about how one time on the set of a movie, I think it was Under Siege 2, Steven Seagal brought in this sensei or whatever, who brought him this, I guess, sculpture of the Dalai Lama and blessed him with the spirits or the powers of it. And he said, so Steven comes up after this happens and he's like, I just met the deity. He said, I just met the deity. And he said, I am blessed with the powers of the Dalai Lama. And I just feel like I'm on top of my game. I'm at the best point in my career right now. And I just feel like spiritually I'm in the right place. And then one of the set people come up and was like, hey, Steven, you got a phone call. It's from your wife. You tell her I said, get the fuck over. Whatever, start snapping the fuck out or some shit. Oh, but every time I hear Dalai Lama now, I fucking think of that damn story with Steven Seagal. Because I can see him being like that. I can.
That was a really good impression, by the way.
Really Steven Seagal. Yeah. I've watched too many movies of Steven Seagal growing up. I'm gonna lie, I'm a fan. I like Steven. Even though I do think he tries to discredit a lot of other great action stars like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I think he does see himself too much like a mixed martial art or a martial artist when, I mean, he has a background in Aikido, but the truth of the matter is if he would fight a real martial artist, he'd get his ass kicked. And that's just my opinion. I don't think he really has those type of real fighting skills like he likes to believe. Hey, I could be wrong, and stuff, but I don't like the way he likes to discredit others' work and stuff and really puts himself up on that pedestal.
Yeah, I think he's got a huge ego, and
I mean,
I'm not a huge Steven Seagal fan. I have seen some of his movies, of course, but I'm not a huge Steven Seagal fan. But I did know that he is does some martial arts.
Yeah, he does. I see. I like Steven Seagal, and the reason why I like Steven Seagal, maybe some people might see this as being biased, but he was one of the few like mainstream action stars that actually branched off into doing urban B movies. And I always appreciated that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And as well as doing stuff with like rappers like DMX, as well as Jet Li. Jet Li's another one. I give credit to that too. And stuff like that. Kind of, some of their movies had some hip hop and stuff in it. And I always appreciated that because they were always willing to step in outside their culture.
Was Jet Li the one that did Romeo Must Die?
Yep.
I love that movie.
Yes. Hell yes. Romeo Must Die is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Hell yeah. Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
Damn son. He's a funny man. My boy said, he was like, he saw him break the one boy down. He said, well, you ain't the only one to know some shit. Wow, I got fucked up. Look at Anthony Anderson. Gotta love him.
I know. I really like him a lot. He should be in more stuff.
Fuck Bruce Willis. Oh my goodness. Well, he does have this thing going on with his mom on like TLC, like they do like traveling around the world and stuff like that.
That's cool. This whole rock throwing thing is just so funny to me.
but it shows you the brilliance of Dale Cooper.
Yes, and that's something that it cracks me up, because I think I sort of like my way of looking at the world and my philosophy on life and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It made me look at that and go, wow, I need to pay more attention to my intuition,
Right.
because I honestly, I took that serious as a kid,
Yep.
you know?
Trust your instincts.
Yep.
Trust your instincts. I'll tell you that now. That's something I learned, especially, from every once in a while when I go take a gamble at the casino or something.
Mm-hmm.
You have a gut feeling that you're going to do something. It doesn't matter what it is. But if you just have that intuition and that instinct, you follow it. The worst
Yep.
that could happen is it doesn't play out the way you felt it.
Yeah, my husband is convinced that I'm kind of a freak, because every single time we go to the casino, I will just pick out a machine, kind of Cooper style, and I'll pick out a machine and I'll walk over there and I'll win every
See,
time.
that's
And
that's good stuff.
I
See,
I
that's
tr- I told him, I said, I don't see a little fire thing above the machine or nothing, but
See, that's another thing I'm going to start doing as well. Is eventually is I want to open up my own casino channel too, like for when I do go and play slots and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
basically like get a hold of the casino before I get there, see if I can get permission to record my machine that I play on, and yeah, create content. When I do decide to go out and have some fun and gamble a little bit. You know, I you ever seen a YouTube channel? This girl, Lady Luck HQ.
Mhm.
Oh, look her up, Jamie. Let me tell you something. She's got the capital to play, but she be fucking murdering them.
Oh.
Murdering them.
Does
Like
she play does she play slots, or does she play table games?
she plays slots, but she plays on domains of like 10 cent, 5 cent. So like, okay, so if it's a 10 cent domain and the minimum bet is $2.50. So basically she's spending like $22 to $25 per minimum bet
Mhm.
or whatever. And then the maximum could be like $50 or $100. But because she has the capital to play, she can do that. But she be destroying them. Like I'm talking about, I've seen this girl hit like the grand jackpot of like 60,000 or better quite a few times.
Wow.
The most she's ever won, I think, was like 98,000.
Oh, wow.
And she does it consistently. Like that's the thing. It's consistent. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think my father-in-law walks around with a horseshoe up his butt, because literally, like every single time he goes to the casino, he comes home with like anywhere between like $3,000 and $8,000 up. And I'm like, why? How? I don't understand. He's like, I don't know. I just pick him out. He's kind of like me. It's funny. We have the same birthday. We do. It must be something on June 1st. People have the luck or something, because I
It
don't know.
might be. It might be.
I'll
I,
have to
I remember
ask.
one time, the one time I got hot, I literally went on like a 2 week streak, and it wasn't like I got a hand pay or anything, but I always was walking out of casino with anywhere from 500 to 1,000 or whatever, to the point where in 2 weeks or whatever, I cleared them for, I want to say, anywhere between 4 to 5 grand.
Wow. I've never
Yeah.
won that much. I've won a couple hundred here and there, but I have
Like
never
I'm
won that
I'm
much.
not gonna lie, it was nuts because for the longest time I didn't win shit. And then just this 2 week period, I just went on a fucking streak. Like it was so crazy. Like every night that I went, it was just banging them, banging them, banging them. And I'm just like, man, can y'all can keep doing this?
Do
Like
you
this.
do you go to Vegas?
I have not been to Vegas yet. We have a casino here about 45 minutes away from my house
Uh-huh.
in Harrisburg. I go to that one, and every once in a while, me and my family will go to Baltimore because that's only like an hour away from us.
Yeah, we go to Vegas every once in a while, because my husband's work sends him there every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll usually tag along on those trips when he goes. But the last place I went gambling was at the Seneca Casino in Niagara,
Nice.
and I won like
I've
500
always
bucks.
wanted to go to Niagara Falls.
It's gorgeous. And
I've seen pictures. I want to go in person. Look, I'm sure that it's so much better in person than it is through pictures.
I take it for granted. I'm going to tell you that because I live so close to it and I've seen it so many times.
Right.
That I don't know. I just kind of take it for granted. You know, I forget.
And I understand that, especially when you live so close, you know, and you get so used to seeing something, you will take it for granted.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it probably 25 times in my life. So it just feels like, because it's home, you know?
Right.
So it doesn't feel the way that, like, if I go to like Grand Canyon or something, I'm like, holy crap, look at that. But people that live around there are probably like, I see that every day, you know?
Right.
So I just kind of take it for granted, and I forget sometimes how amazing that waterfall really is.
Right.
You should see it in the winter too. They put lights all over it, and sometimes it partially freezes. The water will still flow underneath, but there's like a crust almost that goes over the top of the edge of the falls, and it's beautiful. It is so gorgeous.
So, what do you think Albert thinks about Niagara Falls?
That Albert?
Yes.
He'd probably say something like, fuck Maid of the Mist or something.
Right? Yeah. God bless Miguel Ferrera's soul.
I know. He is one of my favorite parts of this show.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not going to lie, that was one of the high points for me of season 3, that they got him to come back.
Yeah, I know. And his arc in that show is so good too.
Yes.
And my favorite line in the entire show is probably "fuck you, Gene Kelly."
Right.
When he says that, because of the Singing in the Rain. I thought.
And I will say this too. I can't believe I already forget her name. I'm going to find out, when I look back at it. But that fucking redhead who's with them, the fucking female FBI agent, the redhead, she's like really inspired by Lynch in real life. Like she's a musician and everything.
Bell. Yeah. Her name's Krista Bell.
Yes.
She plays Tammy Preston, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, so she's you know how some chicks have a hard switch and it just don't look right? She got a hard switch, but damn, it looked good.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I was just like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, she popping that shit. She ain't playing.
My old co-host, one of my old co-hosts on Twin Peaks Coffee Time, Voltaire, literally like talks to her.
Because I'm having coffee right now.
literally talks to her every day, is constantly on her Twitter saying, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," and all this stuff all the time. And then the other guy that was on the show with me, James, like comes in and like starts to troll Voltaire and gets mad at him for saying things to her like that. It's super funny. It is, but she's a very nice. She's nice. She when Cameron came out with his movie, she promoted it.
That's awesome. That's what's up. Yeah. No, she's definitely a big supporter of Lynch for sure. Yeah. Like I've looked up her bio and stuff, and like she said how much he inspired her, and that a lot of her work, even in music, is inspired by him, and that's awesome. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, she sings like a bird.
Oh, yes, she does. I've heard her voice.
Yeah, she's got a great voice.
She'll fucking lull my ass to sleep.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yep, go for it, Jimmy. Oh, you got Pete just being sneaky behind Catherine's back. Pluck is saying, I go by the falls every day, but I'm on the Canadian side. Man, I've always wanted to go to Canada too. I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. Given my previous background and previous life and doing no good deeds. So, I'll say that. But if I ever can, Pluck, get to Canada, I'll let you know, man, because I would love to go to Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada, to the Bell Center in Quebec, and watch a boxing fight. Because in my 20s, they had a lot of great fights on HBO showcasing at the Bell Center in Canada because Canada has some really good fighters. So I've always wanted to go to Canada, to the Bell Center, to Quebec. I've also wanted to at least ride by where Stu Hart's gym used to be, or his wrestling school. You know, Bret Hart's dad, the dungeon, I believe, the Hart Dungeon or something it's called like that. Hopefully one day I'll get the opportunity.
Oh, does
yeah, Blucka, yeah, laugh it up.
Blucka, you live on the Canadian side of the falls? That's cool. I used to cross the border on the Rainbow Bridge all the time to go drink in Canada when I was 19.
Well, that's promising, honestly, Blucka, because that'd be awesome if I would be able to come across to Canada and hang out for a little bit.
This is when you know Leland's losing his crap.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would be.
And Ray White killed it.
Yes, he's such a good actor.
We have to dance.
Like this is the first time I've noticed he rubs blood on her face.
Yep.
I should get one of those pictures and set it up back there.
I think you should.
Yeah. I've been saying that for a long time too, and I really need to do that.
I ain't even gonna lie. I love the slogan of "Who Killed Laura Palmer."
I know.
I love it because, especially from a content creator, I feel like there's multiple ways you can go with that. If you wanted to do like a fan film or something even different, for
it. Oh,
like if you wanted to, you could turn it into a slasher whodunit.
Right. Well, it is kind of.
Yeah, it is, but like really delve into it more. You know what I mean? That'd be fucking cool.
Oh, I love this little chant he does too.
Mm-hmm. Walk with me.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I forgot how it starts out.
Oh, I'll have to look into that, Blucka. Blucka saying, pretty sure the governor in New York is trying to get the state to close down the border for some reason, but I could be wrong. Canada news sometimes gets American news wrong.
Yeah, it's not trying to close down the border.
No, I believe it was Rennie Harlan that made Mindhunters.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Rennie Harlan.
Yeah,
David Lynch did Mulholland Drive.
Yes. And Lost Highway and Wild at Heart and Blue Velvet, Elephant Man, which everybody should see Elephant Man.
And Victor Silva was so good as Bob.
I know.
And see, that's one thing. That's why I said, for that slogan, if I ever wanted to do something like that, I would just make it into a slasher, because I wouldn't want to sit there and disrespect the work that he did for this, because there's no replacing him, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, he's just fucking fantastic in that role. Like,
I think it's funny that they thought Kyle MacLachlan was going to look a heck of a lot older in 25 years than he actually does in real life.
Right.
Let's rock. Do you know that he's actually speaking backwards for real?
Yes. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
They're speaking backwards. Basically, they reversed their audio and then played it forward again or whatever. And then that's how it came out.
Yeah.
I love that because it's so fucking weird and creepy. I remember when he first talked and he said, let's rock. I'm like, why the fuck is he talking like that?
Yeah.
And then I went and looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I've got good news. That gum you like is going to come back in style. That's how David Lynch told everybody about season 3 on Twitter. That's what he said when they approved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sheryl Lee was captivating.
Absolutely.
I still wish for a season 4. And there is rumors that he is working on that right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's working on something. It's just that he's being so he's so secretive. You can't get any information. When he gets these people in to sign on, he tells them they can't say anything. Nothing.
Probably has them sign an agreement, non-disclosure.
He does. And they're really good at keeping quiet.
There's that part. Let's go.
There's the dancing.
Let's go. Truth. Oh boy, Jugan.
So
it's a great vibe, though, too.
Now that everybody can see this floor in here, now you know why I have all that in my background. Oh, Blecka. No. It was completely the opposite. We would talk about the show all week long. I couldn't wait to get to school the next week so I could talk with my friends about it. Well, not all my friends, just my geek friends. In accounting class.
Friends are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Geeks and non-geek, doesn't matter. We're all geeks at heart.
Yeah. I'm a nerd. I know it and I love it. I love it when he sits up here and his hair is all messed up.
Right.
It was good.
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
I never get sick of this show, and believe me, I saw this on rerun over and over and over and over and over again.
My boy grooving.
I know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I love the blend of everything. Like I said, you get the weirdness, you get the creepiness, you get the creepy cinematography, you get the overall great cinematography. But then you also have this drama aspect to it with all these other characters outside of who killed Laura Palmer. And I think that's what makes this show so special and stand out on its own, that I don't think another TV show would be able to replicate that type of creativeness that he created with it.
Right.
Because it's difficult to mesh almost every single fucking genre into one.
Right.
Without it coming out somewhat fucked up. You know what I mean? And you'll have your flaws or a couple episodes where it's like, yeah, could have been better here in this area. But for the most part, everything was brilliant. Every single episode, like even in season 2, even some of those episodes where you could kind of tell it wasn't David Lynch directing it, it still had his touch on it.
Right.
And stuff like, and that's what I think. And if he's going to do a season 4, hey, count me in. I will be there for that, because I still got to finish the last 2 episodes of 3. So I think that's when I'll be able to make an easier determination whether 4 is merited. But this is your game. If you're hoping for a season 4, then I'd like to think they left some meat on the bone at the end of season 3 to where you would think, okay, they're going to make a season 4.
They left some meat on the bone, all right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to.
It might be, in my opinion, one of the best endings of any TV show I've ever seen in my life. And it didn't only rival the end of season 2, but I think it kicked its butt. Okay. Wait until you see. I don't know if you want to wait.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off those 2 episodes tonight. I was going to do a late night live stream for Screaming Nightmare on Elm Street, but I can do that tomorrow in the afternoon, because I haven't done a day stream all week. So I kind of do want to do a day one. So anybody who hasn't been able to, some who aren't able to view at night, because we do have some people that are overseas, their time zones are completely different than ours over here in the States and stuff. And some of them I know have an easier time being able to attend a live stream during the day. Right. So I'm going to switch that one to the day. So I can finish these 2 episodes off tonight. And basically once we're done, completing, our Twin Peaks Thursday marathon over the course of the next few months and stuff, then that's when I'm going to start slowly but surely turning out content for that too. And start keeping myself updated with anything for season 4, if they're going to have it.
So you haven't watched the fan film then, right? Because you haven't got to the end of season 3 yet. Because honestly, you are going to want to watch the fan film after.
No, I'm about to say, I haven't watched the fan film yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet. But with these next 2 episodes, I'll be able to move along to the fan film quicker.
The fan film also jumps around in time the same way David Lynch likes to. And it goes from, being back in the 90s to being even back in the 80s and then up to present time. So
right.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's another thing he does a great job with, as well as it's kind of like with the reversing of the audio with how they talk in the Black Lodge. He does a good job of staying up to date with where we're at in the current timeline, but he also takes you back into certain pieces of previous points of the timeline as well as the future. And I think that's a pretty cool element to it, because you get all aspects of it, especially in season 2, with who when he comes into office. I thought that was that was pretty eerie, but it was just like, ooh, okay, I see what they're doing there. Okay, they're filling in certain gaps from before. Okay, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna have to get up with a lot of his other projects and see what I like. I want to revisit Mulholland Drive.
Let me know if you want to do a watch along, because I have most of his movies.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Mulholland Drive. Let me look that up real quick. Mulholland. Yep. All right. So it pulls up right here. Yeah, mystery thriller. Yeah. See.
That might be one of his best movies.
So they had Michael J. Anderson as Mr. Rogue. Nice.
Yes, he's in that. Yes.
And they have Billy Ray Cyrus in it too. Holy shit.
Yeah. He has a very small part, but it's awesome. I love it.
All right.
I'll never forget
Melissa
that.
George.
Yep, Melissa George is in it.
Justin Theroux, Laura Harning, Naomi Watts. I knew she was in it.
Yeah, she's the main part.
She's the main character. Yeah.
And then
Angelo Badalamenti.
Yeah, the guy that writes all the music.
That's right.
He has a small part in it.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
And Justin Theroux is so good in it. He has quite a major part in it too, and he's so good in that movie. That was the first time I ever saw him, was in Mulholland Drive.
Nice.
He's a good actor.
Heck yeah.
Blucka says, do you enjoy the mystery aspect of Twin Peaks more than current Scream?
Yeah, actually I do. And it's so funny you say that, because somebody said something in my comments earlier when I did the video about Christopher Landing doing the new Scream film. And I said that if we expect Scream 7 to mirror 3, the way Scream 5 kind of mirrored 96 and Scream 6 mirrored 2, then you should expect some of his blend of comedy that he likes to incorporate in his horror movies, because he's known for that. And I said, I don't mind it, because I like his comedy because it's controlled.
Right.
He picks his spots with the comedy. And I think that's what he does a really good job at. And somebody commented and was like, we don't want, and it's just the way they said it was kind of like trying to put an emphasis on it. We don't want comedy in Scream 7. The last 2 Scream films have been darker and scarier, and we want to keep going in that direction. And I said, hey man, I respect your opinion. I respect anybody's opinion. I said, but with all due respect, I don't know where you're getting that Scream 5 or 6 was scary at all.
Yeah.
I said, I was not scared. I said, I'm sorry. And it's suspension, the suspense that they did try to incorporate in both films. Now, was 6 a little bit more intense than 5? Absolutely. I'll give it that. Yeah. But it wasn't like, it wasn't like you were suspensed out to the point where you thought really one of the main characters was going to die.
Right.
And that's the whole point of Scream. Is that which one of these main characters that we grew to love, which one of them is going to fall this time around?
Right.
So, in terms of answer Blucka's question, yeah, I do. Because another thing is, because they made it so obvious who the killers were the last 2 films. So obvious. In Twin Peaks mystery, you really don't know what's going on up until the end.
Right.
And even then, you still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the mystery aspect for Twin Peaks is definitely better than the current Scream films that we have gotten. And but then at the same time, listen, I know some movies, and I'd like to think it's probably more paranormal than anything, because there's a real life aspect to that genre of the horror franchise, or of the horror genre. But let's really be honest. And our advanced adult age, are you scared anymore of Michael Myers?
No.
Are you scared of Jason Voorhees? Are you scared of Ghost? No. As an adult, we know this shit is fucking fake now. When we were kids, it was different because we thought the shit was kind of real.
Yeah.
And when you're kids, your emotions are a lot more vulnerable to fearful things. You know what I mean? So, to answer your question, Blucky, yeah, I definitely do think the mystery part of Twin Peaks is definitely better than what we have gotten in the last two Scream films. And Scream, in terms of building tension and adding the mystery element back to where we really have to guess who the killers are, instead of it being so obvious when you got Detective Bailey.
I know. It was awful. With
the fake tears and talking about, you fuck with my family, you die. Like,
it
come
was
on.
Awful. It was terrible. It was right in your face. And I was like, this is really, I know who the killer is.
Right, exactly. So yeah, the mystery aspect, Scream could take some notes from Twin Peaks. But not just that, they could take notes from Twin Peaks in a variety of aspects. Atmosphere, score, because no disrespect to the guy who did Scream score the last two films. Talented guy for what he likes to do for his sound. But it's not a Scream sound.
Yeah.
So it's just they could take some notes from Twin Peaks in terms of being creative and originality. And that's the thing. I feel like even when we got a little bit wonky in season 3, it still was kind of original.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It still was kind of original. So yeah, Scream could definitely take some notes and, take some notes from Twin Peaks and their mystery aspect of it, because mystery aspect for Twin Peaks is great, in my opinion. Like I said, I binge watched this first season the first night I start watching it because I was so hooked and trying to find out who is behind killing Laura Palmer.
Right.
And that's something we used to be kind of able to do with the Scream franchise. We used to be able to have to guess.
Yeah.
And then actually be somewhat relatively surprised, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, who would have guessed Roman?
Right.
I didn't guess that. That was like, and the fact that it was only one killer in 3 was shocking. I was like, oh my God, they're doing it different. This is awesome. I liked that there was only one killer.
Okay, Roman. Who was it? My boy said, I have no movie. I'm about to turn 30. And it seems I'm now the killer's next target. What? You? Why you? Fucking chopped off head of his trophy. You think this wasn't a message?
I know. That's so funny.
Like, come on. Like,
and then he goes, they called me a pariah. I don't even know what a pariah
is. Like, oh, man. And then this is what I don't understand about a lot of fans who don't like the comedy aspect of Scream 3. And this is just from me going back and watching the film. It's really not that overdone as people say it is. It really isn't.
It's not. And
the parts that they are comedy elements, you can't tell me you didn't fucking laugh. Because I know I did. My boy Wallace, what was it? They were making a film called Stabbed. He was stabbed.
Yeah, like, I love that.
Someone's trying to kill my movie. Someone wants to kill my movie. All right. We'll talk about your movie down at the station. This is the scene where you come with us.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that. Like, I'm sorry you laughed, because I know I fucking laughed. Right. Like, it's just like, listen, I feel like this. In every horror movie, there has to be even a pinch, even if it's just a pinch. Give me something to laugh about at some point in the movie.
Right.
You want to know why I say that? Because fear, when you are in fear, and this is like real life shit, there's going to be a moment when you're running for your life and you have that moment of recollection where you might have thought you got away from the killer, right? Mm-hmm. So you're taking a breather and you start to laugh because you cannot fucking believe you are in this situation.
Right.
You're scared, but it's funny at the same time. So for me, I'm not going to be upset if Christopher Landon adds a little bit of comedy to Scream 7. I expect it. I really do. But what I also talked about, earlier in the video, is that go back and watch Disturbia.
Yeah.
Watch that movie. Watch Paranormal Activity 3, the one he did, and watch the original Happy Death Day. Now, I will say Happy Death Day 2 did kind of get a little bit more funny than suspenseful. But that first Happy Death Day he did a great job with still making it as suspenseful as that movie could get.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. And this is another thing. I'll bring it up here real quick. In that film, what did he do? He had one of the friends be the killer.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this is something we could see happen in Scream 7. We've all talked about it. Like, what if one of the core four is a killer?
Right.
And I would be so on board for that because it'd be different. It would be. We didn't get Sidney or Dewey or Gail as a killer.
Right.
Why not mix it? Yeah, why not mix this shit up a little bit? So I mean, but yeah, the mystery aspect, especially in Scream 7, we gotta nail that. We have to. It's the same thing like, when Scott Walker was here and he would say about Stu Macher, he had this idea that basically we lead into Scream 8 by ending Scream 7 with basically the back of Stu Macher looking at his house and then the scene cuts. And I said, okay, I'm not shitting on your idea. That's your idea. That's what you like. Me personally, I don't like that because it takes away the entire surprise and the suspense of, is this Stu Macher or not?
Right.
And that's something that in Scream 7, if you are going to bring him back, you have to still make it as good of a guessing game. You have to. You have to bring the guessing game feel back. Because if I go into this movie and within the first 15 to fucking 20 minutes, I know Stu Macher is going to be revealed to be alive, as happy as I'm going to be, I'm still going to kind of be like, that was kind of a bummer because you could have set it up way better.
Right.
So hopefully Scream, 7 is a lot more suspenseful and the mystery aspect comes back into play. And that's why I say about Twin Peaks, about why you can make that into a slasher as well. You know what I mean? Is because you can take little pinches off the TV show and add it into a slasher to where you can still make it enough of a guessing game to where it's like, oh, okay, we don't know which one of these people are killers because there are so many stories that we are touching on and it all ties into this one girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it can be done. And I wouldn't mind doing that. I would not mind putting my imprint on that at all. Make it a fun little slasher, kind of, switch things up. Because like I said, I wouldn't go the supernatural route because one, David Lynch already did that. Mm-hmm. And two, or whatever, I would never disrespect Victor Silva as Bob. Right. No. Nope. There will only be one Bob in the Twin Peaks franchise, in my opinion, in the Twin Peaks series. There will only be one Bob.
Yeah. Nobody
I do want to ask you though, did your guy get did he have somebody play Bob in his fan film?
No.
Okay.
There is, well, I guess there's an essence of Bob there.
Right.
But there's a prequel going on. And then also there's a sequel going on at the same time, and even some present time stuff. So it's the way that it jumps around. It's a 4-hour movie, so there's a lot going on. And Cameron he's probably a more obsessed Twin Peaks fan than I am. And
oh wow,
he knows.
That says a lot because you're pretty on it, girl.
Yeah. Well, that's why him and I became friends, because immediately we both realized, oh my God, this person, this other person knows just as much as I do, if not more. So that's how come him and I, clicked and became friends, because he had this knowledge, and I knew that. I could tell right away that he saw it deeper than I did. And to be honest, Annie was never one of my favorite characters. I couldn't stand Annie's character, right? But what Cameron has done with Annie has made me change my mind.
Your perspective. Yeah.
This girl he got to play, Annie, is so talented. She's so good. And he really built an amazing story around Annie and why she is what she is and how she gets involved and why she ends up where she ends up. And it's amazing. And also with the prequel aspect, he's telling you the story of Cooper and Caroline. So you get to see Wyndham Earle.
Okay.
You know, you get to see his early time, his early years in the academy,
FBI and shit. Yeah. Nice.
It's set in Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. I'm not sure which
Holy
one
shit, not too far from me.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, it's
that's right down the road.
It's really good. He put together a very interesting movie, and it jumps around in time a little bit. The music, he spent most of the budget on the music. All of the music is top freaking notch.
See, and that's the type of person I would be with my fan films. Is I have to have the type of music that I know is going to hook an audience in, like the type of, like when I listen to Saw, shit like that. It's that type of hook. Like, you know, I'm put it this way, that type of hook to where somebody's going to go on YouTube, look up that score and play it just to play it without even watching the movie.
Every song is a banger. He's got David Bowie. He's got Neil Diamond. He's got Madonna. He's got the Thompson Twins. He's got, I mean, if it was popular in the 80s, he's got it in there. It is That's so funny. It is amazing, the music that he put in there and how he set it all up. And I couldn't wait for every single next time a song would start, because I wanted to see where he was going to take it with each song.
Right.
It's so good. You're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. Yeah, you did, Des. You're really.
It's all good, brother. No. If anything, Des, just catch up on episodes 2 and 3, and then next week we'll cover 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna do, like I said, I was gonna do a late night stream tonight, but I'm gonna finish these 2 last episodes of Twin Peaks season 3, and then I'll just do a live stream during the day tomorrow. But I am gonna be going live tomorrow night. I'm doing a double feature watch party with Eric from the Bearded Entertainment. We're gonna be watching The Conjuring 3, and I think Destin's gonna be a part of that stream too if he can make it. He might have Scream Talk. I might try to see if what time Eric wants to do that double feature or whatever. Because if we can get in a little bit early, then I wouldn't mind coming to hang out with you, Des, and talk some Scream on your channel for a little bit. But we'll see how it works out. But tomorrow, me and Eric are doing a double feature: Conjuring 3 and Blair Witch 2: The Book of Shadows.
Oh, I love that movie.
Because I told Eric, like, yo, that is so underrated.
It is.
It's an underrated movie. Like,
I absolutely love that movie so much.
It's so crazy because I absolutely hate the original Blair Witch.
Me too.
So when I saw that they were coming out with Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? But it seems different. It seems goth.
Yeah.
Let me give it a watch. And I enjoyed it. And one of the reasons why I enjoyed it is because one of my favorite underrated actors is in it, and that's Jeffrey Donovan.
Yes, I like him.
I think he's a fucking phenomenal actor, and I don't think he gets nearly enough love. Just like Dylan McDermott, who is actually going to be at Scarefest. And I'm super fucking pumped for that because I was a fan of him like before, but I became an even bigger fan of him when he started in the first 2 seasons of Law and Order Criminal Organized Crime with Christopher Maloney as Richard Wheatley, because he plays a fucking villain so well. Like, he's so sly and his delivery is so fucking perfect. Like, he's the perfect bad guy. And as soon as I seen him on the list for Scarefest, I was like, yep, I'm going to his booth.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him. Also, I've liked him ever since the late 80s. He was in Steel Magnolias.
Yep.
And that movie blows my mind every time I watch it. It breaks my heart. I cry, I laugh. It's one of the best movies ever made. And he's in it, very small part, but he was so memorable that I always remembered him ever since.
And that's why, that's why I say about his character in Law and Order. The role he played to me was memorable. Mm-hmm. Because he was that bad guy that you can't forget about him.
Right.
And I will say this, I fully expect the character to be making a return in one of these later seasons, because I personally do not believe his character is dead, because when him and his wife's car went over the bridge into the lake or whatever, when they went to fish the bodies out, they only found his wife's body. Wow. So I'm rooting for a Richard Wheatley return. Let's go. Hell yes. Like he's fantastic.
He's really good in American Horror Story too.
Oh, I got to catch up with that, but I heard he's really good in that too.
Oh, that's one of my favorite shows ever.
I can imagine. I love the dialogue in Law and Order when he's getting booked or whatever, when they're taking him into the police station, and he realizes, Olivia Benson, who she is, because Elliot is secretly in love with her, mm-hmm. and to fuck with Elliot's brain, he just stops and he's like, Detective Olivia Benson. Ooh, Elliot, I see why you are fixated on her. She's a knockout. And shit, and just fucking with him and shit, just saying it in that way. And shit, I'm just like, yo, he's such a fucking scumbag, and I love it.
Yeah.
Such a scumbag, and I love it.
I've never watched that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I know a lot of Law and Order because I like Law and Order. I'm not gonna lie. That's my shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I like the original Law and Order SVU with Benson and Stabler. However, I do like this new series with Christopher Meloni, Organized Crime, because it focuses more on like drug lords, espionage, shit like that. Like all like organized crime type shit. You know what I mean? Like fucking cartels and all that crazy type of stuff or whatever. And it's good, but you still get your blend because they be having crossovers and stuff. And at some point, Olivia and Elliot are going to end up getting together. They just need to just hurry up. Like it's so many fans have been waiting for that for so long, like for almost 2 decades now. They need to just pull the trigger.
Right.
Check it out though. I'm telling you, check it out. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I will say this: some special victims episodes with Christopher Meloni and Mariska Hargitay are actually, some of them are ripped from the headlines. Some of them are based on like the B2K killer.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah. I used to watch, Law and Order back in the 90s and stuff every once in a while. It wasn't something that I focused on though, because I gotta say, in the 90s, I was like way more focused on going out 3-4 nights a week.
Right.
I was in college and I was in my 20s and I was having a good time, so I really didn't get to watch a whole lot of television back then, but I did catch that one every once in a while.
The crazy thing about me is I would do all that shit, but I'd make time for my Law and Order. I'd make time for that shit. You know what I mean? And my fucking friends would know, you really like that shit? I'm like, yeah, the fuck I do. You got a problem? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's my shit. You know what I mean? That dum-dum, what? Don't get me started. You know what I mean? Like, shit. I enjoy it. Another one, and I think, I don't know if it was you. I know Carrie and Craven, but I don't know if you're a part of that. But they were doing Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I used to watch that in the 80s.
Yeah, they're actually, I don't know if they've done a live stream or a watch party for it for a little bit, but I know Carrie and Craven, and I want to say somebody else, maybe Katie from Popping the Popcorn. Yeah. They were doing like a series, like basically covering Murder, She Wrote. Yeah, that was that shit too. Another one? Let's see. We're about to go old school real quick. Fucking Matlock.
Oh, yeah. My mom, she loved that show. Yeah.
Matlock. Let's go. See, I used to watch all them old school ass shows with my abuela, my grandmother, but that's how we say it in Spanish, my abuela and shit. And I'm talking about Three's Company. I'm talking about I Dream of Jeannie. My granddad would also put me onto that. Bewitched. All those old shows. I would sit up with my grandmother and watch Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, all that shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was shows like Good Times.
Yep.
The
Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons. Different
Sanford
Strokes.
and Son.
Sanford and Son. Facts of Life. You know, those are the shows that I grew up watching.
The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years.
Yes. Hell yeah.
That was a good show.
I tell people this all the time. I tell my sister's kids, like, I'm like, y'all don't honestly know what y'all missing. The shows that are out today are nothing compared to what was out back then.
Right.
Like, honestly, TV is not what it used to be.
Oh,
it's just not. It really isn't. What fucking Living Color?
Oh, I love that show. I was just watching clips of that. Clips of that because I thought it was funny. Jim Carrey, you know, that was his early days.
Yep. And that's where he got his breakout role.
The stuff he could do with his face and body was just so freaking hilarious.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every single time I watch that show, I just die. Every time. It's so funny, Jim Carrey.
Hell yes. Jim Carrey is awesome. He's amazing. Yeah. I fucking love Jim Carrey and what's it called? Bruce Almighty.
Yes. Have you ever seen his first movie called Once Bitten?
No.
Oh my God, you have to see this. It's in the 80s. He was called himself James Carrey back then. He was doing stand-up comedy, and he did this movie about vampires called Once Bitten with I can't remember her name. She's famous. She's a famous model for having a space between her teeth.
Cindy Crawford?
No, not her. This is older than her. Lauren Hutton. That's it.
Lauren Hutton?
Lauren Hutton. Yeah, she's an older actress model. Oh yeah, I'm old. You know, I'm 50. So I know things about, you know, that you might not know yet. But yeah, it's really good. It's funny. It's kind of got a Fright Night-esque feel to it.
Okay.
And it's a good one. You should check it out sometime if you get a chance.
Hell yeah. The first movie I ever watched with Jim Carrey was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yep.
Small shit. With a young Courtney Cox.
Yep.
That was shit.
That was the last. That was the last date, okay, that I ever went on with somebody other than my husband.
Wow.
I went and saw that movie with his best friend.
Oh wow.
That's how my husband and I met. Is I was dating his best friend, and his best friend. No, don't get me wrong. He was a good guy and all, but not my type. Not really. He was more like a stepping stone for me. And if he wouldn't have kept going up to all my friends saying, "Oh my God, look at Jamie! Isn't she so hot?" And these are people I've known since I was like 5 years old. You know, they don't look at me like that. I'm their sister, you know. So,
Destin. Yo, it reminds me. I'm sorry. Am I fucked up for thinking of that scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween? Naughty girl. Naughty girl. Oh, let's go. Oh, that's good shit.
I get it, though. Name wrong.
I get it though, for real. Like sometimes it happens. It's funny how things work out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll meet somebody and you're cool with them, but you know they're not really your type. But then they actually hang around somebody who is your type, and then shit happens.
It was so weird, Marcus. I was looking at his yearbook, right? I'm going through the pages, and he's like, "I want to show you my best friend," and he points them out. And I immediately got this picture of me in my head in a wedding dress.
And oh, wow.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
I know. And then I met him about 2 weeks later, and I had this like weird pulling feeling in my stomach. Like I wanted to be right with him. Like if I would have been free at the time, we would have been together right away. And as it is, the very first day that we started dating, which was March 11th, 1994, literally we've been together every single day since.
Oh, wow.
Except for a small period of time in 1995 when he lost his mind and broke up with me for a little bit. But even then we were still together. So
I was 3 months shy of my 5th birthday.
Yeah, you're young. I'm an old person.
Oh, man. Holy fuck.
He was 18 when we met, and I was 20. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I read the cradle a little bit.
No, honestly, you didn't, because one, he was legal. The first chick I ever was with, she was 20 and I was 16. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is, though. It happens like that sometimes. It be what it be.
I just knew. I just knew.
Listen, when you know you are in love with somebody or you're supposed to be with somebody, you just know. There's no telling you different. You know how you feel.
Yeah.
So.
And look, now it's been 30 years we've been together. And
see, that's some old school shit right there. You don't see that happen too often.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like we still laugh and we still have a good time. We want to hang out with each other. We like doing things together, It's amazing that, a lot of people they ask me, how is it that you guys keep it together? And I'm like, are you kidding? He's wacko. I love him. So yeah, but I don't remember why I was talking about that.
No, that's awesome though, for real. Like, that's what everybody hopes for. You know what I mean? It's just to find somebody, find somebody cool and decent enough to where you guys both put up with each other's shit, but also have a great time while doing it.
Yeah. He's my best friend. I never get sick of him. He never gets sick of me.
And that right there is why a lot of relationships fail.
Yeah.
And I'll put it this way. And it just ain't a knock on females, but this just from my experience. And I've even explained this to, certain women. A lot of women who like to friend zone guys, oh, I just look at you as a friend. I'm like, okay, but do you realize that is the point of being in a relationship with somebody, is that they're supposed to be your best fucking friend? So, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And that is kind of a lost art nowadays. So, it really is.
It is.
We
didn't start out as friends though. It was immediate attraction to each other.
Oh yeah, that's how it starts out, sometimes. But the point is you grow as your relationship grows, the friendship grows.
Yeah.
It's just like with any other friendship, that's not like, a sexual or whatever attraction, whatever. As you go along, your friendship builds.
Right.
So, that's the whole point of a relationship right there is, you ain't got to start off with friends as best friends right away. That comes later.
Right.
That comes as it comes along as you guys get to know each other and get more acquainted with each other and build on that shit. But real quick, Destin hit it on a gem. The Wayans brothers. Yes. Yes. Hell yes. The Wayans brothers. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Scary Movie 2 is probably my favorite comedy of all time.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, fucking Scary Movie 2 is the shit.
That whole bit with the hand is so freaking funny.
Oh, the hand, yup.
Oh, it is so horrible and gross, but it's so freaking funny.
Right.
I will never ever think anything is as funny as that. It's getting late. It's like 1:45, and I am really tired. So
I feel you on that. Real quick, I do want to touch on Destin's comments. Destin's saying, when you get married, don't ever stop dating your wife. Yeah, that's right. That is true. Water your grass. That's true, man.
Indeed.
True.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I can't relate to it, so I can't speak to that. So maybe in some point in the future, we'll see.
Hey, I'm a firm believer, and if you haven't found that person, don't do it until you do, because you don't want to be with the wrong person. Believe me.
Oh no! Why do you think I'm chilling, Jamie?
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of rotten apples, and yeah, I'm not trying to go back down that road again. So I'm chilling. I'm building myself. I'm building my content. I'm building my channel. I'm building my life up first. That shit will come later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not in no rush. You know what I mean? Like no rush whatsoever.
Yeah, don't rush it.
Hell no. I mean, listen, as much as I would love to have a family and all that stuff, what 34-year-old man do you really hear can say they don't have kids?
Right. I actually applaud you for that, because it's rare.
It is, like, dead ass, like, and that's, that's one thing I always do credit myself. You know what I mean? Is that, even if I did have a scare before, I'm glad that I didn't get anybody that I was with before pregnant, because not to say they would have been a bad mother, but I want to make sure that if I do something like that, even if me and that person don't work out, they're going to be a great parent to my kid.
Right.
And shit like that. So like, I'm really like high strung on that shit.
That's funny, Des, that it took you 7 years, because that's exactly how long it took me and Scott to get married too. 7 years. And he didn't even ask me. Like, we just stopped in a jewelry store and said, okay, let's get a ring. That's it. There wasn't any like proposal or anything. Let's
just get some bling.
Yeah, I think he owes me one eventually.
That's real as shit.
Yeah.
That's real though, what Destin said. I had to know that I know that I know. That's real.
Yeah.
Hell
you
yeah.
have to.
Absolutely. Because that's, that's a life-changing decision.
I watched my parents get divorced, and it was horrible for me and my brothers. And so I said that I was never going to get married to somebody that if I didn't think that I loved them, if I didn't think it was going to last forever. And, that's why I think I got lucky. I really do.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing that you feel that way. Shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people, who don't feel that way.
Right.
And get stuck in, situations they don't want to be in.
Right. And he's always been so good about my decision making. Like when I told him that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, he was totally like, okay. He didn't argue with me and say, no, I think you should go back to work and all this stuff. No, he just was like, okay.
Yeah. You'll work it out as you guys go.
Yeah. He understood that I wanted to be home and raise my child,
Right. Absolutely.
And I'm glad I did that, because my child he's a good kid. So
that's awesome.
He's not really a kid anymore. He's 21, but
Yeah, but he's always going to be your kid.
Yeah.
I hear the same thing from my mom all the time too. It doesn't matter how old I get. You're still my kid.
Right. Okay, Marcus, I got to get going.
And I got to get going too. But everybody, this was definitely a lot of fun. I greatly appreciate everybody who stopped by and hanging out with us tonight. Be sure to stop by next Thursday for episodes 4 and 5 of Twin Peaks Season 1. But all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.